going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, there finally was like a late push by Texas to try to get BRU McCoy to go back there because he is still in California right at the moment. But that late push really didn't do much, luckily. So looks like once he finally puts in his transfer papers, or when Texas puts in his transfer papers, I guess they're able to do it whenever they want, but either way they have to do it by some point. So it says he's still going to come back to USC, which would be amazing. Still don't know the details on if and how long, if he has to sit out 1 year or if anything like that. Hopefully not. But I don't know, it's very crazy, very interesting to see what's happening right here. Obviously it would be great if the NCAA would allow something to happen like this, especially because it's so early instead of it being like after the summer. Very good indication to see of things to come in the future if they allow players to do this. So very interesting, and hopefully it does come to USC and make me a very happy person once again. But then the USC football team did get some recruiting news, so they did pick up a 2020 tight end in Jack Yary, or Jack Yary, don't know really how to say the last name, but good that he's on the team. He is from somewhere out in the Inland Empire as well, where I'm from too, which is pretty cool. So hopefully he can be pretty good. I know they already have two tight ends at USC right now that are going to be future stars in my opinion. So it wouldn't be bad to have a guy like this sit around and wait for his moment to shine in a few years. But glad he's on the team. I believe either his dad or his uncle played for USC once in the past as well. So good to keep the tradition going. Then Buck Allen, an ex-USC running back a few years ago, has officially signed with the Saints. So good for him. He should be able to make the team at least as a third string running back, because I believe, yes, Mark Ingram is gone. So he has a chance to obviously make that running back group, which would be pretty cool for him. Then they're saying the lone USC, I believe is a shooting guard, and Kevin Porter Jr., his stock is falling a little bit, especially according to the Ringers draft thing. He is falling a little bit in their stuff, but I mean, it's really not anything too crazy in my opinion. He has top 5, top 10 talent. So even if he were to get picked by the Lakers at 4, I wouldn't mind. But as long as if RJ Barrett's there, then you got to go with RJ. It'd be pretty dumb not to. But I believe he could still be a very talented player in this league, especially depending where he goes, for him to show his athleticism. Should be very interesting to see what happens to him. And good luck to him as well. Yes, Zion officially signed with a contract for a sports agent, so it's definitely 100% certain that he's not going to come back to Duke, obviously, but yes, glad he finally picked somebody so he can get on with it. And then also the Cavaliers are looking at Cam Reddish to be a guy they might draft pretty high, and I believe they're picking number 5, so obviously I think he's getting a lot more looks now, especially with the type of ability he has, which he wasn't able to display at Duke. And he could be even an option at the number 4 for the Lakers, especially if RJ Barrett isn't there. But never know, could be a very good 3-and-D guy, especially with his height and athleticism and his such easy ability to shoot the 3 ball. But we'll see. And then you see that crazy picture of RJ Barrett showing his athleticism. It doesn't look like a regular NBA gym, so it could have been a high school gym, which is a little bit shorter than the NBA, to basically show off his vertical. But even then, he seemed like he's getting higher than he was even getting at Duke, which is good. At least he's working on that. He's definitely going to need it, especially on his jump shot, because he does have a weird looking shot, but he doesn't really jump high. So if with all these guys who are in the NBA for a reason, you're going to have to definitely get some lifting ability on your shot, especially at the 3-point area. Then Trey Jones, he did have a few off-season surgeries, one on his hip and one on his hernia. At least they're getting it done now. Pretty sure that was probably one of the main reasons why he didn't want to leave Duke anyways, because if he had to have those surgeries, he probably wouldn't have gotten drafted until the second round, and then you just never know if you're going to stay with that team or even get any playing time because of your injury. So good on him to at least come back, get all that stuff situated, and then try to lead this team. Obviously, it's a very depthful team. Usually, Coach K tries to run 7 or 8 players all together, but I think with the amount of depth that he has and obviously the good type of talented players he has, he's going to have to play more people in order just to even make them a little bit happy to be a part of this crazy talented team. So hopefully he does. He could run 10, 11 deep in my opinion, but just going to have to wait and see how that goes. And a little bit of somewhat positive Laker news. So they're saying that the Lakers need to draft Jarrett Culver, the young shooting guard out of Texas Tech, going to be available in the draft. Obviously, it is a good player in my opinion, just if you don't get Jimmy Butler as well in free agency. But I believe he is going to work out with the Lakers this Saturday, from what I understand. So at least he'll be in, see what he can do. Hopefully he doesn't get injured in all these dumb pre-workouts that everybody has to travel to. I just think it's dumb. They should just have one area you select. I'm going to be doing it here, kind of like how they do in football. You usually do it at their school, and then that's it. Then you evaluate from there, but it's just my opinion. Then also, they're saying that the Lakers should trade for Chris Paul, obviously to reunite him with one of his best friends in LeBron James with the LA Lakers, but Chris Paul's deal is so horrible that if he bought out, then that would be something interesting to want to actually have him on the Lakers at some point. But him being like 35 and getting paid $30-something million, and he's not even 100% healthy usually, and that's just for next season, because then he's on for 2 more seasons after that up until he's 37, where he's going to get paid like 39 the second year and then $40-something million that final year, to a guy who's injury prone and never been 100%, and I'm pretty sure he should be coming off the bench nowadays, but obviously he's not going to say that because of too much pride, but he definitely has to restructure that deal or do something like that, because I wouldn't want the Lakers to waste their opportunity of getting Anthony Davis next offseason, so that's what we're going to have to deal with right now. Then the Lakers preseason schedule came out. They are playing 6 games. 2 of them are going to be in China against Brooklyn, both games, and then the other 4 games are all against Golden State. Usually you have a mix of who your division is or somewhere close to that, but they're all Golden State or Brooklyn, which is kind of weird, but obviously not all the top players are going to be playing in every single game for the whole entire time, so it really doesn't matter, but it's still interesting that they did that. And both Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, and Brian Windhorst of ESPN said that if the team that could change their misfortunes around the easiest, it is probably the Lakers. So they don't really believe that they're going to be in a slump for that long, or all this crazy drama coming out is going to last for long anyways. They have the ability to turn it around as quick as anybody in this league. So hopefully they're correct, and I'm hoping that's going to be happening soon. And then some little bit of high school basketball news, but LeBron James' kid, Bronny James, is going to be playing at Sierra Canyon, which is somewhere in California, obviously, but he is going to be teaming up with Dwayne Wade's kid in high school, so that's going to be a formidable team for the next few years just in high school. And imagine if they end up having to go to college for 1 year, then they'll probably go to the same school, which would be even crazier. But obviously, I think around that time when they're going to be graduating, the ability to have to go to school for 1 year is probably going to be taken away, so they could just jump to the NBA as well. But you never know. We'll see how this goes. They definitely look very talented already following in their father's footsteps, so at least the future looks bright for those future stars kids. And according to Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, obviously, saying that they're going to try to explore some type of tournament for the NBA, like 2 type of tournaments, like how soccer does for their championship stuff. It's going to be weird, especially if you try to do it during All-Star break, because usually you want to give the players like a week and a half off for like going through half of the season already. But for some reason, they're going to try to add more pressure to these guys in order to get better, spot in the freaking playoffs. But according to him, even right before the playoffs, there can be like a tournament style battle for the 8th and 9th spot or something like that. You're battling for the final 8th spot, which would be pretty crazy. I mean, it's interesting, especially if those teams were tied or only 1 game apart, and then you have the ability to get it at least into the playoffs and have at least 2 games in the playoffs at home. Obviously more revenue for the team, but I don't know, just dealing with a loaded gun there, but should be pretty crazy to see what happens with all that. Then yes, Robert Pattinson from Twilight fame is gonna finally be your new Batman whenever that movie decides to come out, most likely within the next year or 2. I honestly am not as outraged or crazy about this actor being Batman. I actually don't mind it, because if you haven't seen him in the movie Good Time, or even one he's done like a while ago called Remember Me, even in that one he kind of seemed like it was almost a James Dean-esque type of performance. But Good Time from a year or 2 ago was a performance where you never forget. It's freaking insane, and obviously he had help from the directors, who were some pretty talented guys for it being their first movie, but his performance carried that movie as well, and definitely a must-see just to get yourself prepared for what type of Bruce Wayne you're gonna get, or the type of acting ability he's gonna bring to Bruce Wayne and Batman. So good luck to him. And then obviously this guy that I've known for a long time, because I've introduced this movie Green Street Hooligans to a bunch of people, obviously about these group of gangs for soccer teams in England, and it's starring Elijah Wood and this actor Charlie Hunnam, who's in rumors to be playing Wolverine at some point for pretty much the X-Men series that's going to be produced by Disney. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he wanted to go there because Fox is just a travesty and they don't know how to do their stuff. So now that's in Disney's hands, basically. You don't know if they're going to cross them in between the like Marvel people now, like Thor and Captain America and all that stuff, or they're just going to keep a separate universe for the X-Men. But either way, it's a good choice. I've always been a fan of him. Watching him go through his career. Pacific Rim was great. Crimson Peak was good performance, but not one of Guillermo del Toro's best movies. But yes, definitely. I still haven't seen Sons of Anarchy. Sorry, Mike and everybody, but I will definitely get on that. I know he's great in that series as well. And then, last but not least, yes, it's finally here. Tom DeLonge's UFO extravaganza on the History Channel, premiering to, I believe it's Friday night. It's gonna be freaking amazing, obviously, just because of the amount of years he's put into getting all this information, and then getting caught by these people telling him to not put out the information yet. So then now he has the okay to do that. Obviously, if he's gonna be on something like the History Channel, especially, it's gonna be all about UFOs and people that encountered UFOs and everything like that, and all the government people that's working for him right now for his To the Stars Academy. So it's definitely going to open some eyes. And then obviously all the news coming out that the government has been working about looking at UFOs and studying because they are pretty much real. They're not saying it, but it is pretty much real. So it's just obvious that he was ahead of the game, got it out there for all of us normal folk to know about it, and at least we could learn about it, prepare ourselves, unlike these stupid disaster movies that don't. But thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think, and have a great rest of your day. Totally forgot to mention too why Robert Pattinson is a good guy. It's because, I mean, if you look at the Rover as well, Rover, he had a good performance, but I didn't really think it was that good of a movie. It was just a little bit too slow for me. Same thing with Lost City of Z, with also Charlie Hunnam. I thought it was a slow movie, but his performance was really good in that one. And plus, this new movie called The Lighthouse that he's in with William Dafoe, he's already getting Oscar nominations or consideration for that for next year. And then he's also been cast in the new
Christopher Nolan movie that's going to come out next year, which obviously Christopher Nolan sees a lot of talent in him as well. So I don't know. It's really kind of writes itself that he's going to be a pretty darn good Batman. So get over it, people. Bye.